My name is Molly Larson, and my husband's name is Josh. And we have 3 boys here at the Academy, Dietrich, who is in 4th grade, Colin, who's in 1st grade, and Seth, who is in preschool. We decided on the Academy, we had seen your Facebook post actually, after we had been through kind of some discussion about whether we were going to homeschool or whether we were going to pursue some public school options. We had moved here from Virginia and done 1 year in a private school, and it just was not a good fit for our family. And we really love classical education model. And so when I saw your Facebook post about a classical Christian education, we called the Academy and set up a visit, and we pretty much immediately made the decision to enroll. We really love the small class sizes and the mixed grades. I love that my kids, if they're ahead in something, that they can work with the kids that are ahead, a grade ahead. If they need a little extra help on something, they're able to do that. There's that flexibility. So we really appreciate the individualized approach to education versus teaching to the mass for, a standardized test score. So that's what we really appreciate about the Academy. We had a lot of adjustment from making such a large move. We'd come from a very great, wonderful church family and Christian school family, and it was just a difficult move. And so all of those things combined with our education option at the time, it just caused a lot of fighting and strife in the home. And our oldest went from doing really well in school to doing really poorly in school. We had come from a non-common core state to a common core state, so those were challenges that we were having to overcome. So we've seen just a lot more peace. I've seen a lot of improvement. We got his test score back that the Academy did last year, and he had just complete opposite of the year prior. So he was testing at 7th and 8th grade level, at the end of 3rd grade. So we've seen those large improvements. And the other thing that we've seen, especially in our eldest, is the drive to work out issues with other kids, to not be argumentative as much. And I just feel that the staff does a really good job of developing character, not just worrying about, learning math facts, but developing character of kids and helping them to understand how to resolve conflict and to be respectful of other kids and to be kind, which is something that I think is a really good value. The advice that I would give to parents considering whether or not to jump into the classical education model is that you get this one chance to give your children the opportunity to learn this much. Kids at this age, I think they said before the age of 4, you learn the most that you can ever learn, and then after that, it's not as easily learned. And so I feel like if you put the investment into your child's education at a young age, it ends up paying off down the road in high school and then college, because they have those foundations versus putting emphasis on, oh, well, they'll get into a good college later and we'll invest the money in that. Invest the money now, because it will pay off later. And I know that it can be difficult financially, like sometimes sacrifices have to be made, but I would just say that it's worth figuring those things out, because character matters, and giving them the foundations to where they're able to be independent and successful when they leave you is what matters. I would like to say thank you for investing in kids that aren't even a part of your congregation. It makes a difference, and it's a safe place that I know my children are loved and that they are taught who God is and who they are in Christ. And I just so appreciate you investing in my children and in our community.